What's up, guys? It is currently, I believe, 1:20 a.m. here in Arizona on a Thursday night, Friday morning. Finally got some downtime to actually get in the garage and show you guys the parts that I got from Oak Garage last week in Cali. That trip was pretty fun. Omar's car, his car really got down. I was really impressed. We did the motor swap about 6 months ago. The car's actually been doing great. The motor that he had decided to just leave the chat. So we got the new motor in there, and that motor's been solid so far. He's been daily driving it to work and stuff like that. And then we finally took the Cali trip out there in his Honda. It did great. No issues at all, man. We were doing like hours on that thing, driving 6 hours down there. We went up to Palmdale, Willow Springs track. That was another 2 hours. And 2 hours back down to LA. We went to Santa Monica. You guys seen the whole spiel. So that was pretty awesome. But back to what we were getting to. We have some of the parts that I would like to show you guys from our Up Garage. Let me kind of make some space a little bit to do the reveal. But I would like to kind of give it like a small review. The place was pretty awesome. It was kind of like your JDM heaven per se without the motors. I know there's a lot of JDM stores out there, but they specifically just have motors and seats. But this shop actually had like parts that you can get, OEM parts for your JDM cars that you normally don't get at a one of those junkyards. And then they also, they have accessories, all the cool stuff that you can really get into for your JDM cars that aren't normally in your, local store. So I thought that was pretty cool. But they were pretty cool. Customer service is cool. People were coming in and out. It's kind of like I would treat it like a thrift store. So it's kind of like really competitive. There were a few parts that I was kind of bummed about that I didn't get to buy because they sold 2 days before I arrived. That was kind of upsetting, but that's something that you kind of have to expect with especially like the rare parts. They receive a lot of rare parts that you normally don't see on Facebook Marketplace, at least locally. So that was pretty awesome. I would like to kind of see them virtue out to different states, but that's kind of hard for them to do, especially when the JDM car scene industry isn't that big. Anyways, so let me go ahead and start reviewing to you guys what I got. So first, we're going to start off with the Defi gauges that I got. This is the control unit right here. I got that for mid price. Everything was a little pricey, but I mean, I don't know, can't really bargain with them, especially at a place that's trying to sell parts that you normally don't get in the States. So anyways, yeah, this is the Defi control module there for all the gauges. I got the BF Imperial gauges. I'm actually gonna go with blue. I will kind of further talk about that later on, but this is the fuel pressure regulator right here, or not fuel pressure regulator, fuel pressure gauge here. This is the turbo gauge. And then this is what I really wanted. This was the tachometer right here by Defi as well. And I got the little indicator as well, the little flashing indicator. So that was all the Defi stuff. I got this another, you can kind of see it right here. This is the Defi exhaust gauge right here as well. So wanted to have that. I think this is standalone. They didn't really have anything else besides the sensor and some wires, so I may try to run that standalone. We'll see. And then oh yes, so I already had this Apexi ECU that I picked up locally for a good deal, and I figured since I'm gonna be running one of those, might as well get one of the Commanders. I know some of you guys may think this is corny, But I really wanted to just have this Commander so I can do some regulation, especially when it comes to tuning. I want to run this ECU setup temporarily for my little 300, 400 horsepower setup. And so, to better make sure that I have everything that's reading off of the ECU properly, I can actually read it from the Commander and do some adjustments if I need to. So I decided to get that since I was there and they had a few. Then I got a few cool little stickers here to, kind of represent the company. Also got a OEM valve cover here. Decided to get that because these are actually becoming more rare. The Facebook Marketplace, people were actually kind of upcharging more than when I got it at Up Garage. This went for $140. A lot of people were charging like ridiculous prices. I think one dude said $250. I was like, man, you were tripping, bro. Anyways, so I got that. Got the stickers, got the Defi gauges. What else did I get? Oh, yes. So this is the other part I got. I got the Yashio Factory water meter V2. This actually shows more than just the water temp. You can actually get pretty much everything from the console port, anything from the ECU. You can actually read on here. And so the reason I got that, I wanted to see if it worked. I was really curious to see if it'll work, and if it does, then I would like to run it as my display temporarily, instead of having like a bigger screen. I do have a few screens that I plan on running in the future, but they're actually a little too big. So I was a little curious on seeing how this will work, just to see what I could do with it. But you have this console port from PDM or PLMS. So, but the only problem is that you don't have like a display screen. You have to plug it into something, any type of USB port module that you have. But I was like, yeah, this is pretty sick, very nostalgia-like, and it's by Yashio Factory. So I was like, let me just pick this up real quick to see if it works. They have a 1-week warranty. And today's Thursday. I haven't really talked to them yet about it. But when I turn the key, everything loads up. But once it's like fully loaded, it has all these words in Japanese. I actually translated it with my phone, and it's saying there's a communication error. I did see that on the box it was for 180SX. And I don't have a 180SX, but I do have a Red Top SR20. So all the pins line up on the console port, just like the PLMS console port. So I'm a little curious why it's having a communication error. The wires on the motherboard is kind of loose. When I wiggle it, it kind of resets the whole Yashio Factory display screen. So I'm assuming there's some errors or issues with that part. That's one thing about Up Garage, is that they only give you like a 1-week warranty. They don't really test any parts. At least they don't test parts that they can't really test. So if it's not just a positive, negative power test, they're not going to test it. Just like this Commander here. They did not test this. There's 2 of them. And so I had to make a decision. I was like, well, so they're both from Japan. But I decided to go with this one because this one's a little bit cleaner than the other one. The other one looked kind of burnt out or something. And so, yeah, they don't test these. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go with the one that looks cleaner and newer. And so this one actually does work. So at least it turns on and it shows some readings. Not all of it, though. So I'm trying to figure out if there's... I don't know. We'll get to that later on. Anyways, those are the parts that I got from Up Garage. I didn't want to walk out empty-handed. I didn't have enough room. We were mobbing around in Omar's car, so I didn't want to pick up anything big like some seats or some wheels. I already have some seats coming on the way, and then I already have the wheels that I want. So I was just like, They didn't really have much else. They had some brake lights, but I already like my brake lights. Everything for my 240 that they had, I didn't really need. Some of the accessories that they had that I was more so interested in, like these Defi gauges. That was the main reason. I did want some I think it was Bomex side mirrors, but those ended up selling 2 days before I arrived there. That kind of sucked. I was a little bummed out about that. But that's the competition that's a part of all this. They Up Garage, they actually post all their stuff on social media. So I'm sure people are always looking on that, and someone just ordered it right away, which I probably should have did, because yeah, they were up for a good deal, and I guess they had 2 sets, and they were super clean. And then I was just like, man, I was hoping to get them when I was there, but yeah, you know the deal. I also got these. Let me pull these out. Got these OEM side trim panels that go under your door. I lost my driver's side one. I still have my passenger side one, but the fact that I lost my driver's side one, I was a little bummed about that, because it's kind of annoying. You open the door and you can see, just all the exposed area of the car. And so I was like, let me just pick those up since I'm here. A lot of things I was just picking up since I was there. And as you can see, those side mirrors that I really wanted sold super fast. So I was like, let me just buy what I really want. That way I don't feel like I missed out on something. Plan on running these gauges for sure. Definitely the FC Commander. I want to really figure out that Yashio factory display. It's not too big of a deal, mainly because I'm going to have other displays that I like to use. And of course I have my gauges that I can use as well, but I really wanted to use that Yashio factory gauge just to kind of display my water temp, since I'll have a water temp gauge, but I want to have another way to display that while I'm driving. And then any other displays that I can't get off of my gauges, I want to just have on a little screen. And off the FC Commander, just kind of have like multiple displays, so I don't have to like click through things or plug some stuff up, or I gotta wait till I get home to really read it and all stuff, since I don't have my laptop or something. I don't want to have like a big ass laptop sitting in my car. So they do have these the ECU Master and G-Link and Haltech, they have those display panels, but for what I paid for all these parts, basically pay the same price for all these parts, but I think it's more cool and more nostalgia. Instead of just having one screen, we got to click through and find what you're looking for, and everything's super small, and you're just like trying to drive like, damn, what does that say? Versus like having it all in your face, you could just look to the side real quick, boom, it's like right there. But yeah, so that was my idea on everything. I would like to plug everything up and set it up to see how it'll actually play out. I've never been in a car that has all these different displays, so some of you guys might think I'm crazy, but that's the idea that I'm going for, just to have all these nostalgic displays that I can have. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it from Up Garage. I didn't pick up anything else. Oh yeah, I did pick up this Gundam model that I plan on building. I'll show you guys that later. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. There was not much, especially that I could afford. The things that are like really, really cool and that look really, really good were very, very expensive. They did have a turbo, but I mean, it wasn't a turbo I really wasn't interested in. They have the Pulsar turbos now, so I'm just like, I'll probably upgrade to that. And yes, I understand they have the upgrades to the displays, but like I was telling you guys, like I want to have a nostalgic look to all my displays. I did actually plan on running more gauges than just the ones I have here. I'm going to get rid of the old gauges that I have in my car. I do like the idea that Glowshift makes some affordable gauges, but I don't know, they just don't hit the same. I don't like their blue-orange logo in the background, and I just don't like the rim around it. Like, it doesn't look as clean versus like, Defi and AEM. I am going to keep my AM gauge. My water temp gauge is like Gear Spears or something like that. Some old cheap stuff. So I'm gonna get rid of that. But it was definitely just a time for an upgrade to, really figure out my gauges, kind of get my interior going a little cleaner while I'm still working on the exterior here. And so yeah, that was pretty much it. I don't know why I keep walking around. I'm trying to look for some other stuff to show you guys, but I think that's all I have right now that I want to show you. That was pretty much everything I picked up from Up Garage. That actually, the total was kind of up there for those parts, but you pay what you gotta pay to get these type of things nowadays. But yeah, I'm about to go to sleep. I'm tired. I got a flight to catch in the morning. So that was the trip. That's what I got from California. I did get a little Japanese bag, a little overcarrier bag to kind of carry some stuff. And then I got that Gundam. And then that was pretty much it. So you guys have a good rest of your day, night, morning, whatever. That was pretty much my little side quest that I wanted to show you guys. Take a little road trip to Cali with the boy Omar. That was super fun. Definitely got some bonding time to be with the homie. Not everyone really gets the opportunity to go just hang out with friends, and not even just hang out with friends, but go to a different state and like see stuff that you don't see on a daily basis. That was pretty awesome. So we had some interesting conversations and had a great time. So, yep, okay, I'm done looking around. Don't have anything else to show you guys. Good night.